Community Council for Empowering Mothers to Mother. This is my first podcast, specifically to you mothers out there. As I'm sure many of you are aware, whether you live in the UK or outside of the UK, you're aware what transpired. The time now is 1:33 a.m. in the morning on the 24th of June. So many of you are aware what transpired yesterday. Yes, the UK exited the EU. So in this next few minutes, I just want to share with you, I'm sure you have had so many commentaries from the news, from social media, from friends, from everybody. You've seen and had the reactions in regard to what this could mean for those of us or even those living outside of the EU. But in this podcast, I want to speak under this title, if I may give it a title, and it's simply this: what does the exit mean to our children? June 23rd, 2016 is a day that is now firmly been entered into the chronicles of history, as some are declaring it as Britain's Independence Day. Today I have heard and seen people who normally were less concerned about political issues discuss with a worrying degree of confidence about the outcome of the UK EU referendum and how they believe, not based on any facts or evidence, if I might point out, that the end of Britain has come. I, like many of you, was surprised at the outcome of the vote this morning. However, when I started the day, like many of you, at 7 a.m. this morning with my 6 children who, at this time, were oblivious to the decision made on their behalf, I have read and heard a number of comments from mothers who are afraid for their children's futures. One of our nannies working last night, I work with a nanny agency, and one of our nannies working last night reported how the dad had stayed up all night, deeply concerned about the outcome of the vote. With all this, I said this morning and purposed that I would write something or record something in response to the results of the vote. It has taken me until midnight, literally the day before the break, or before 1 o'clock this morning, to decide what to say, because it seems like everybody has said it all. I was glued to the radio stations the whole day. I was listening in and involved in social media, try to kind of hear what mothers are saying, what parents are saying. So I was deciding what to say. The results have cast a shadow of uncertainty for both those who voted in or out of the EU. Since becoming a mother and during my work with empowering mothers to mother, I have read many books on the topic of parenting and mothers. My research to date has led me to this conclusion: mothers ought to be the experts when it comes to their children. Because of this, and this is why, because in many cases they spend the most amount of time with their children. The most reliable weapon in my arsenal or skill is that of observation without fear. As we as mothers and fathers spent the majority of today worrying or stressing about the vote, and time would tell if we were right or not. I observed children innocently go through the day the same worry, anxious free way as they did before the results of a referendum were announced. When I picked up my 3 children from school, our normal after school conversation had not changed or even influenced by the resignation of the Prime Minister or the no confident vote in the leader of the Labour Party. As always, I asked how their day went, and after they had asked how my day went, they asked, "What's for dinner?" In our children's world, even though they are hearing adults talk about it, they are only affected as our behaviors and actions we take will influence their daily schedule or routine. Therefore, I ask, what does Brexit or the exit from the EU mean to our children? My answer is simple. We as mothers will decide by how we choose to react, act, or behave before our children. For it is this that will, in the short term, affect our children's daily routine or schedule. We may not control what will unfold in the next few weeks, months, or years, but how our children receive it is our responsibility. This is Winnie Kitaka for Empowering Mothers to Mother, and that's my comment or reaction to what has transpired today on the 23rd of June 2016 when Britain or the UK voted to leave the EU. Thank you for listening. And I'm looking forward to hearing your comments on this. Thank you for listening. This is Winnie Kitaka.